Well, welcome to this week's edition of the Herb of the Week with me, your host, Stephanie Georgia. I'm also the instructor for the Botanical Medicine Study course, and if you would like a free introductory lesson, email me at stephanie@botanicalmedstudy@gmail.com, and I will send you a link where you can download a video and the handouts. At the time of this posting, we're still in winter, which is not hard to feel even in the regularly sunny and warm Southern California, where one usually knows it's winter by window displays and shopping malls. So many of us in many parts of the globe are having intense winter storms, even this late in February, which are sweeping across many places. I hope that you're keeping warm and healthy. And I think this week's herb might be part of that, keeping healthy at least. In traditional Chinese medical theory, winter is the season that dominates the urinary bladder system. This week, we'll be exploring an herb that is both a culinary and medicinal herb that is specific for the urinary tract system, as well as a very American plant, the cranberry. The Latin binomial for cranberry is Vaccinium macrocarpon, and some texts refer to this as Vaccinium oxycoccus. So there you have it. Let the taxonomists duke it out as to the proper term. There are several common names for this plant: the large cranberry, American cranberry, and bearberry. Vaccinicum, Vaccinium macrocarpon. I don't want those taxonomists emailing me, cursing me for my mispronunciation of their beloved Latin binomials. But this is native to central and eastern Canada, which means Ontario and Newfoundland, and the northeastern and north central United States, which means the Great Lake regions, as well as the Appalachians as far south as North Carolina and Tennessee. Cranberry is also naturalized in parts of Europe and scattered locations in North America along Western Canada and Western United States. Cranberries, as you can see, are small, round, red berries with very sharp taste. Due to their sour flavor, you probably wouldn't choose to eat them raw, unless, of course, you're someone who likes those exploding sour candy dust that is popular with various school-age demographics. So cranberries can be a nice substitute for those who do not want to eat chemicals from a packet that turn your tongue green or blue. Crunch on some raw cranberries, and I assure you the same effect can be obtained. The species is grown commercially as a cash crop for its edible berries. Many of these are grown in artificial ponds called cranberry bogs. Cranberries come from the family of Ericaceae. The Ericaceae are a family of flowering plants known as heath or heather family. Most commonly, they're grown in acidic and infertile conditions, which is why they do so well in the frigid tundra of North America. The family is large with 4,250 known species spread across 124 genera, making it the 14th most species-rich family of flowering plants. The many well-known and economically important members of the Ericaceae include cranberry, blueberry, huckleberry, and rhododendron. But please do not eat rhododendron. It is poisonous. It will kill you. Cranberries are low creeping shrubs or vines that grow up to 7 feet long and are 5 to 20 centimeters or 2 to 8 inches in height. Most often, they're considered a creeper, and for some of you, you may be able to grow them in your garden, either near a pond or in a pot. Cranberries thrive in moist, well-drained, humus-rich, acidic soil, They are often grown on sandy or peaty bogland. I've listed some links in the program notes on how to grow cranberries if you are quite adventurous and have the right climate. Why not? Cranberry shrubs have slender, wiry stems that are not too thick or woody and have small evergreen leaves. The flowers are dark pink and they have very distinct reflexed petals, leaving the style and stamens fully exposed and pointing forward. They are pollinated by bees. The fruit is a berry that is larger than the leaves, and it is initially light green in color and it turns red when ripe. It's edible, but with a very acidic, sour taste. In 2020, the United States, Canada, and Chile accounted for 97% of the world production of cranberries. Most cranberries are processed into products such as juice, sauce, jams, and sweetened dried cranberries. If you've ever eaten a raw cranberry by itself, I would bet that there's quite a bit of puckering involved, which is why most of the culinary products with cranberries are sometimes loaded with sugar. If you're trying to limit sugar intake, look for fruit juice sweetened dried cranberries or fruit juice sweetened products. In the juices, this is usually with either apple or grape juice. As most commercial products are loaded with sugar, which is somewhat counterproductive in terms of the medicinal properties, if you're eating cranberries for health, please read the labels and go with the fruit juice sweetened varieties. Here are some fascinating statistics from foodreference.com. There are approximately 450 cranberries in 1 pound. I'm not going to even try to do that in metric. 440 cranberries in 1 gallon of juice and 45,000 cranberries in a 100-pound barrel. And I would love to meet the person that counted the cranberries in order to give us those amazing statistics. There are about 200 cranberries to make 1 can of cranberry sauce. Nutritionally, cranberry is rich in all sorts of beneficial substances, particularly vitamin C, bioflavonoids, and fiber. Most of the nutritional benefits of cranberries are similar to other berries, but cranberry seems to really pack a punch. It's very dense nutritionally. Cranberry has a long history of Native American use as a medicinal plant. They used both the berries and the bark, but I'm unfamiliar if the bark of this plant is commercially available currently. I've never seen that. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means that I'm unaware of it. Many tribes use the berry as food, and it can be found in pemmican recipes. And pemmican is a Native American protein bar made of dried meat, berries, and nuts. The natives used the berries and juice for urinary tract infections. Tribal women made a tea of the bark to ease discomfort during their menstrual cycles. The Mohawk and Inuit people in Canada would make a poultice of the fruit to ease sore eyes. They also used the bark's astringent properties to help reduce swelling from wounds and ulcers. A tea from the berries was drunk to reduce swelling and discomfort in glands of the throat area for various problems ranging from mumps to just regular old sore throats. The literature on cranberries is quite impressive. So here we have yet another instance that the typical statement, quote, benefits are controversial and there is no evidence as to medicinal properties, unquote, can be refuted with a simple PubMed search. The benefits include helping with urinary tract health. It's high in antioxidants, which are good for all kinds of different things. Cranberries improve good HDL cholesterol. They aid in weight loss. They reduce dental cavities, and basically by altering the entire body chemistry, it's not like if you gargle with cranberry juice, you're going to get rid of your dental cavities, and certainly don't put a cranberry on a cavity. But if you eat cranberries regularly, this alters your body pH. And when you're more basic rather than acidic, you tend not to develop a lot of cavities. Cranberries also help prevent colds and flu. This is also a nice winter health remedy. They reduce inflammation, and they're rich sources of B vitamins and C. The medicinal properties of cranberries are that they are antispasmodic, nervine, tonic, astringent, and diuretic. Cranberries have major anthocyanins, and the anthocyanins are the structures that give fruits and vegetables their beautiful rainbow of colors. Chlorophyll makes plants green, but anthocyanins gives all the other colors. And the flavonoids, quercetin, myricetin, those are really good, like pro vitamin C, like pre vitamin C. They're not ascorbic acid, but it's pre that. And those are really useful for helping with vessel health and helping your eyes, and also making blood vessels stronger so that you are not as susceptible to allergens, phenolic and organic acids. And you can read the rest of that. And again, these are wonderful Scrabble words. And most importantly is D-mannose. And here are some lovely chemical diagrams of all the things, not all of them, but many of the things that are inside of cranberries. And you can impress your friends and neighbors when you're drinking cranberry juice cocktails or eating cranberry sauce at Thanksgiving with this incredible knowledge. Now, D-mannose is something you'll see on many over-the-counter supplements that are for urinary tract health or cranberry supplements. And D-mannose is a simple sugar found in cranberries and many other berries. And this is the magic ingredient in cranberries that makes the walls of the urinary bladder slippery so bacteria cannot stick to it. And specifically the bladder. This is really important for the bladder. The bladder, you know, is quite stretchy, especially you beer drinkers. You can stretch your bladder to mammoth proportions, and your bladder can accommodate quite a bit of fluid, but when it's empty, it deflates like a balloon, making it wrinkly and a haven for growing bacteria. By making the walls slippery, cranberry makes the walls slippery with D-mannose. The bacteria gets flushed out of the body along with the urine. And that's why it's important, if you are challenged by urinary tract infections, you should drink more water than you know what to do with. And if you combine this with cranberry, either supplements or juice or eating them, this allows the bacteria not to hang out and reproduce in the cracks and crevices. So it's always a good thing. Now, one of the best ways to take cranberries is by eating the berries, either fresh, frozen, or dried, or by drinking juice. And for both the dried variety and the juice, trying to find products with either 100% or sweetened with fruit juice. And usually it's apple, grape, or pear that's used to sweeten the cranberry products. Now, you can try and choke down 100% juice, but I'm telling you, it's really like drinking pure lemon juice. Some of you may find this delicious. I just don't want people puckering up after a swig and thinking that darn Georgia should have warned us. This is a trigger warning, trigger warning. And a spoiler alert, it is really, really sour. So pill form may be the best for you, especially if you have recurrent bladder infections. The combination of cranberry and D-mannose can give you the prevention and cure you're looking for. And if you are challenged by these things, eating no sugar whatsoever, like no sugar, as well as combining this with other medicines or herbs, this can be the trick. And again, please consult a qualified herbalist so that you can get a formula best suited for your needs, or take the botanical medicine study course. So this is Stephanie Georgia saying thanks for spending your valuable time with me. And until next time, be well.